ਤੇ ਪ੍ਰਧਾਨ ਮੰਤਰੀ ਨਰਿੰਦਰ ਮੋਦੀ 13ਵੇਂ G20 ਸਿਖਰ ਸੰਮੇਲਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਹਿੱਸਾ ਲੈਣ ਲਈ ਵੀਰਵਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਅਰਜਨਟੀਨਾ ਦੀ ਰਾਜਧਾਨੀ ਬਿਊਨਸ ਆਇਰਸ ਪਹੁੰਚ ਗਏ। ਇੱਥੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ G20 ਸਿਖਰ ਸੰਮੇਲਨ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਖ ਸਾਊਦੀ ਅਰਬ ਦੇ ਪ੍ਰਿੰਸ ਮੁਹੰਮਦ ਬਿਨ ਸਲਮਾਨ ਅਲ ਸਾਊਦ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਮੁਲਾਕਾਤ ਕੀਤੀ, ਜਿਸ ਦੌਰਾਨ ਦੋਵਾਂ ਨੇਤਾਵਾਂ ਨੇ ਟੈਕਨੋਲੋਜੀ, ਬੁਨਿਆਦੀ ਢਾਂਚੇ, ਪੈਟਰੋਲੀਅਮ, ਨਵੀਨੀਕਰਨ ਊਰਜਾ, ਖਾਪ ਸੁਰੱਖਿਆ, ਵਿੱਤੀ ਤਕਨੀਕ ਅਤੇ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਖੇਤਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਊਦੀ ਨਿਵੇਸ਼ ਵਧਾਉਣ ਤੇ ਚਰਚਾ ਕੀਤੀ। ਇਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਹੀ ਪ੍ਰਧਾਨ ਮੰਤਰੀ ਨਰਿੰਦਰ ਮੋਦੀ ਨੇ ਸੰਯੁਕਤ ਰਾਸ਼ਟਰ ਦੇ ਜਨਰਲ ਸਕੱਤਰ ਐਂਟੋਨੀਓ ਗੁਤਾਰੇਸ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਵੀ ਮੁਲਾਕਾਤ ਕੀਤੀ। ਇਸ ਸੰਬੰਧੀ ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਦਿੰਦਿਆਂ ਭਾਰਤ ਦੇ ਵਿਦੇਸ਼ ਸਕੱਤਰ ਵਿਜੇ ਗੋਖਲਾ ਨੇ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਕਿ ਇਸ ਮੁਲਾਕਾਤ ਵਿੱਚ ਦੋਵੇਂ ਨੇਤਾਵਾਂ ਨੇ ਗਲੋਬਲ ਪੱਧਰ ਤੇ ਜਲਵਾਯੂ ਤਬਦੀਲੀ ਦੇ ਮੁੱਦੇ ਤੇ ਚਰਚਾ ਕੀਤੀ।
He has had two important bilateral meetings before the summit begins. The first was a meeting with His Royal Highness Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman of Saudi Arabia. It was a very cordial meeting. It was a warm meeting. The Crown Prince spoke of India as an important partner for Saudi Arabia, and there was very specific discussion that took place between the two leaders on how Saudi Arabia can enhance its investment across a number of sectors in the next 2 to 3 years. The Crown Prince informed the Prime Minister that Saudi Arabia will be finalizing an initial investment into the National Infrastructure Fund. He also referred to future prospects for investment in the technology sector, in the agricultural sector and in the energy sector. And Prime Minister in particular stressed upon the importance of having stable and predictable energy prices, and some discussion took place between the two leaders on how Saudi Arabia can contribute and help in stabilizing energy prices, particularly for India. The Crown Prince was specially mindful of the contribution that Indians have made in the building of Saudi Arabia over the years, and he specifically expressed appreciation for this. Prime Minister, of course, expressed happiness at this and also thanked him for looking after the well-being of our citizens there. So at the end of the meeting, the two leaders have agreed that we will now set up a mechanism at leadership level which will go into the possibilities of concrete action in terms of investment, in terms of technology, in terms of manufacturing across various sectors, from energy to food security to infrastructure and to defense. And this mechanism will be worked out shortly, and we will expect that in the next 2 to 3 years there will be a significant scaling up in investment in Saudi investment in India. And the main subject of discussion was the forthcoming climate change meeting in Katowice in Poland, the so-called COP24. The Secretary General specifically acknowledged that India plays a very major role in climate change negotiations. He acknowledged that Prime Minister had taken a number of very concrete steps towards addressing climate change, and he mentioned the International Solar Alliance. He also mentioned that when he was in Delhi last month, he had seen for himself the manner in which other campaigns that the Prime Minister has led, including the Swachh Bharat campaign, was having an impact on the environment. And it was his sincere hope and expectation that in the forthcoming meeting next week in Poland, India will play a uniting role. It will play the role of a good Samaritan. It will bring together the various groups of developed countries and developing countries, those which have money and those which need money, those which have technology and those which could use technology, to come up with certain solutions which would eventually feed into the climate change summit that the UN Secretary General is planning in 2019. So it was a good meeting, and Prime Minister assured the UN Secretary General that India plays a positive role in climate change negotiations, that it is part of Indian culture and civilization to preserve the environment, and that he could rest assured that India would play its due and responsible role at the COP24 in Katowice.